Hi and welcome to Falcons Predators Talk, and I'm your host, Chris Baker. In this episode, I'll talk about the Falcons' 3 home games this weekend, and the second player profile is also on the way. In the Falcons' first game this weekend, Figueiredo's 145-minute, no even-strength goal allowed was broken when they played the Warriors. They lost 2-0 in front of a crowd of almost 500. Figueiredo stopped 31 of 33 shots he faced. I give the number 1 star to him. In the Falcons' second game, they played the Janesville Jets, and they won 3-1 in front of a crowd of 584. The Jets got the scoring started 9.5 minutes into the game, but 4 minutes later, the Falcons answered and tied it up 1-1 on a goal from Lemerand, assisted by Sierra. With about 3 minutes left in the first, the Falcons took the lead 2-1 on a goal from Frank, which would be the eventual game winner. About 2.5 minutes into the second, the Falcons reignited their rivalry with the Jets when Kovalov fought real vicious. Then the last goal was scored by the Falcons to take a 3-1 lead and win with a goal scored by Reeves and assisted by Hill and Pino. Figueiredo stopped 29 shots of the 30 he faced. The Falcons swept all 3 stars when Figueiredo got the first star, Frank got the second star, and Lemerand got the third star. The Falcons' third and final game of the weekend was Star Wars night at McMorran Arena. The Jets got to an early lead in the first with 2 goals by McBride and Childs. It took the Falcons a while to respond, but a minute and a half into the second, Lemerand scored, assisted by Frank, to cut the Jets' lead in half. Then, halfway through the third, the Falcons tied. Halfway through the second, the Falcons tied up the game when Pino scored on a diving goal assisted by Reeves and Frank. During regulation, the refs were just not awake and made no attempts at making any of the calls that they were supposed to call. During regulation, only 1 penalty was called when a Jets player tripped over his own 2 skates and was called as a Falcons penalty for elbowing. In OT, the refs finally woke up when they made a call against the Jets goalie for sending a Falcons player flying in the air and now faces possible suspension from the rest of the season for abuse of the officials. In the shootout, the Jets scored off all 3 of their shots, while the Falcons scored off of none. Tyler took the overtime loss, stopping 39 of the 41 shots he faced in front of a home crowd of 927. The Falcons swept the 3 stars again, with Frank getting the first star, Pino getting second star, and Lemerand getting the third star. I'll update you on how much was made for the Humane Society from the Star Wars jersey auction when more news becomes available. The Falcons' record is now 6 wins, 41 losses, and 5 overtime losses. The Predators were inactive this week, so they stand at 1-1. And now this week's player profile. Adam Frank has been a very big name in Port Huron ever since September. But how good is he really doing on the Falcons roster? He was born on August 3rd, 1991 and calls Clarkson, Michigan home. He has played in all of the Falcons' 52 games, and his debut in the NAHL was for the Falcons against Coolidge and Chill when they lost 5-2 on September 15th, 2010. His first goal and first assist came in the same game when they played the Ottawa Express on September 16th, 2010. Over this season, he's totaled 4 goals, 23 assists, and 27 points off a -33 rating. He's gotten 6 power play assists and 1 shorthanded goal, and 1 game-winning goal, which came just this past Friday when the Falcons beat the Janesville Jets 3-1. To me, he is the star of the Falcons roster. I would like to take a moment now to acknowledge the disaster in Japan. An 8.9 earthquake hit the ocean near Japan and created a tsunami that hit the coast, killing hundreds. Let's please bow our heads for a moment for a silence in respect to those who have lost their lives. Thank you. The Falcons' next 3 games will be against the Springfield Junior Blues, all at the home of the Junior Blues. Game 1 is on Friday, March 18th at 7 p.m. Game 2 is on Saturday, March 19th at 7 p.m. And Game 3 is on Sunday, March 20th at 2 p.m. So there will be a special Monday episode of Falcons Predators Talk instead of the usual Sunday release. Also, the Predators return to action at McMorran Arena when they host the Dayton Silverbacks, who are undefeated currently. Game time is either at 7 p.m. or 7:30 p.m. Management has still yet to decide when the official game time is. Until next time, Port Huron, have a sports-tastic day.